Well, I did put my own urine under the microscope, and what I found is the reason why you should never drink it, obviously. It's not even in a survival situation, and yet you're going to find survival guides, websites, and also TV shows that tell you should drink your own urine, your own pee, when you're dehydrated. Now, biologically, this doesn't hold up at all, and today I want to give you two clear reasons why, and I would like to also show you what's actually inside urine. Because about a week ago, I collected a small amount of urine in this cup here, yeah, it's not looking so nice anymore, and it's also starting to smell a little bit like ammonia, yeah, a week ago it smelled much more neutral, and so something definitely is going on here that I would like to explore together with you. So first, let's quickly look at what urine actually is and what it does, because your kidneys continually filter your blood, and our body cells, they produce waste products, and one important waste product is called urea, and this urea starts to build up in our bloodstream. And the kidneys, they remove these wastes, they remove their urea, and they also regulate salts and also the water balance of our body. So urine is basically filtered blood plasma. Now this raises an obvious question. If the water we drink ends up in our blood anyway, then why can't we just drink the urine again? The first reason is one that people rarely think about, because if you're dehydrated, your kidneys concentrate the urine as much as possible, and this means that the urine becomes highly concentrated, especially in salts. And if you drink that, then of course you're taking in back those salts into your body. Physiologically, it's kind of similar to drinking seawater. You're just making your dehydration worse. And you can actually see quite easily that urine isn't just water, because what I've done is a very simple experiment. I placed a small drop of fresh urine on a microscope slide and just let it dry, and as the water evaporates, what's left behind are dissolved substances. Well, the salts I just mentioned, and also other compounds, of course, also urea. And under the microscope, you can clearly see those crystals forming, and those are the very same crystals that we've seen right at the beginning of this video. Some of these crystals I think are actually quite striking. They have different shapes, sometimes they look quite beautiful, and these can include things like urea crystals, as I mentioned, phosphates, and of course also other salts like sodium chloride. But the key point is really not how they look. The key point is what they represent, because that was all dissolved in the liquid that we would be drinking. So when you drink urine, you're not just taking in water, obviously, but you're actually concentrated mixture of salts and waste products. And if you're already dehydrated, your body has made the concentration even higher on purpose. And on top of that, when you're severely dehydrated, well, you do not produce a lot of urine, usable urine anyway. So there's almost no water gain, but a relatively high intake of salts. Now there is of course another reason, a second reason why consuming urine is not a good idea, and this starts at the moment the urine already leaves the body. There is a common misconception that urine is dirty when it leaves the body, but in a healthy person without a urinary tract infection, fresh urine essentially is sterile. It's free of bacteria. But the problem starts immediately afterwards. Bacteria from the air and from your skin, they actually get into the urine, and the urine contains nitrogen, phosphates, and other organic substances, and basically a lot of nutrients. So once the bacteria arrive, they start multiplying and reproducing. And within hours to a couple of days, you get significant bacterial growth. Let me show this to you directly, because what I've got here is fresh urine, and you can see it's quite clear and transparent. You can basically easily look through it. But now compare that to the other sample over here, because I let this one stand for a few days, and you can already see a big difference, because this old urine has turned cloudy, and it's much harder to look through. And this cloudiness is because of the bacteria. Well, of course, I also put a small sample under the microscope, and what you see here is, of course, a dense mixture of bacteria, different shapes and sizes, rods, cocci, some of them are even moving. So within a short time, you're no longer dealing with just urine, but you're dealing with a growing microbial community. And some of these bacteria, they can be opportunistic pathogens. It means they can possibly even cause diseases. Yeah, and sure enough, after a few days, the urine starts to smell quite strongly, and that's largely due to ammonia being produced as the bacteria break down the urea. Ammonia is irritating and toxic in higher concentrations, so it's clearly not something that you want to drink or even able to drink. And this matters in survival situations, because collecting and storing urine to save water just turns it into a bacterial culture, and you can actually test this directly as well. because fresh urine is slightly acidic. The pH strip does not change much in color, and this one is already a 1 week old sample. It's strongly alkaline, and look at the strong color reaction that we have here. And this is due to the ammonia. Bacteria have been converting the urea into the ammonia for a week, and the pH change really proves that. And ammonia is irritating and toxic in higher concentrations, and it's not something that you're able to drink. Well, sometimes people point to systems like those in space stations where urine is recycled into drinking water, but that's not a simple process. In space stations, they use multi-stage systems, distillation under vacuum and so on, filtration systems, even oxidation systems and so on, high temperatures, and it takes a significant amount of energy and careful engineered hardware to turn urine back into something that's drinkable. It's not really comparable to just drinking it directly, even if certain television series might suggest that. Yeah, well, in summary, concentrated urine really increases the salt load and worsens dehydration, and stored urine also becomes a bacterial growth medium very quickly, and there's really actually no biological advantage to consuming it, and it has very clear downsides. From my side, that's all I would like to share with you today. I hope you found this slightly unusual topic still interesting. I wish you all the best. Happy microbe hunting as always, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Bye bye.